Okay, so here's the deal. Just got reported that Taylor Hall's going to the Blackhawks. So as a Bruins fan, I want to react to this. Ignore what's in the background. It's for a video coming a little bit later. And yeah, just we'll see if anything happens in the next 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. This is crazy times. It's fun. This is what we do on a daily basis, is just lose our minds as we try and set up to go a little bonkers. So please do pardon if the news came like 25 seconds ago. So now we're here just waiting for an announcement. We'll see if it's a good deal. I hope it is. I'm a Bruins fan. Ignore what I'm wearing. I'll go. But Elliot Friedman did report that Taylor Hall is going to Chicago, which is crazy because, to be honest, I don't know what Boston's getting in return. There's one thing that I'm looking at right about now, which is this thing right here. That's the first overall pick. I don't see how they pull that off, but if they can, that'd be pretty nuts. I'm still losing my mind, so don't mind me. If Don Sweeney can pull this off, he's the greatest GM in history. I don't care what you say. I don't know how he's going to do this. This frees up so much for the Bruins. I hope he can do this. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I really do hope he's going to, because that would be nuts. We're pulling out the lucky jersey. No, I did not wear this jersey when they got knocked out. I should have wore this jersey in that game, but I didn't. Oh, well, whatever. Still no news yet. I'm freaking out, as you can probably tell. Just report it already. I want to see a first overall pick. Just keep refreshing Twitter. Eventually it'll come. You probably won't see any of this because I'm probably just going to fast forward this part. So that way you don't have to watch me just pace around in circles. Maybe you will watch me pace around in circles. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to grab the stuff. We got the Bruins stuff on now. Let's just hope that this happens. You never know. Maybe, maybe not. Hopefully this works. Hopefully it's a first round pick. That'd be pretty sweet, right? Yes. First pick. Come on, Friedman, report something. Oh, goodness. Please. I don't know what else it could be if it's not the first overall pick. Chicago doesn't have very much. And with the value that Taylor Hall has to a team like the Blackhawks, where they're already in a rebuild, I don't know how they'd go about this. I don't know who Boston could even get here. Obviously, they're trying to shed cap, which is why they're trading Hall. But at the same time, this is going to be a wacky deal, I have a feeling. Now, I don't know what they're thinking here, unless it's like a future first, but I don't see Chicago moving a first round pick. I don't know where this is going. I will be honest. Unless it's some crazy thing. I don't see where this is headed. I'll be honest. Unless they're like it's like a way future first or like a protected weird conditional first of like next year, but Chicago has traded away the majority of their talent. They don't have much. Boston's a team that's probably looking to contend. It's really hard to say where this deal is going unless they're going to like send all of their cap dump with, because obviously they're trying to sign Bertuzzi. Hall's still got the talent. I just don't see where this is going, what the idea is behind this deal. I'm hoping he reports it relatively soon. Seems like everybody's on it, but this is crazy. This is just nuts. We're trading Taylor Hall on what day even is it? A Monday afternoon, 3:00 Eastern time. This is just, it's crazy. Should probably move this over. We'll probably sit on a bucket so we can have a heart to heart here. But this is just nuts, eh? Why? What's the point of this? I don't understand where this trade goes without it being the first overall pick. And I think it has to be the first overall pick at this point because there's really nothing else that, unless the Blackhawks somehow find a way to, I don't think they wouldn't trade Bedard away. I'm very interested to see what this is, unless it's like a future first, like that's like a protected future first, like a really, really protected future first. I don't know. It just hit 3 o'clock. 10 minutes ago, Freedom reported that Taylor Hall is going to Chicago. I'm very interested to see what the return is, because like it can't be that much. Like it'll be a decent amount, but it's not going to be crazy. But at the same time, it's Taylor Hall and he's pretty good. So I really don't know what is going to happen here. And this really could be any return. Here we go. Nope. Just trading where GSN just reported it, but I don't see any details. 6 million salary. Nope, still nothing here. There's been nothing reported yet. Obviously, he's got a modified no trade clause, so 16 teams. Chicago's not on that team list. This is weird. This is a weird deal because at the same time, I don't think we're going to see Bergeron, Krejci back, maybe, but doubtful. There's been a rumored source going around that there's no Krejci anymore. There's no Bergeron. For real this time, Krejci's not coming back. You can go watch the one video I made where it was just a joke where, you know, I'd be saying our sorrows goodbye to Krejci, and then sure enough, he's back. But same time, we liked him. He was good this year, so can't complain about that. But this is crazy. There's nothing more to report here. And I hope Nick Foligno is going to be a part of this deal. So that's part of it, but that's really nothing. So it's basically a cap dump. So maybe I'm looking forward to seeing what this draft's going to bring, because it's going to be quite the thing. Make sure you tune in. We're going to be going live for it 7 o'clock Eastern time. So be sure you tune in, but this is going to be crazy here. I just don't know what they're going to give up for, because it's just interesting. It's a weird deal. It's really odd. I don't know why they do this. Obviously, they're trying to cap dump. They're trying to pick Bertuzzi back up. Pasternak's already signed, so I don't have to worry about him. But I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they just do. Obviously, they need to cap dump. I get that. That's not what I'm saying, but I just don't see who in return for Hall, if Boston is looking to contend again this year, which I do believe that they are. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially with no picks. They don't have any picks next year, basically. They traded all those away. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, Taylor Hall is a good player. He's not some scrub. He plays on the third line, but really he could play on the first. He could play on the second. He's quick. He's skilled. He knows what he's doing. Former first overall pick. Like, I don't know. I don't know why they just send him away. Like, obviously, when they first got him, like, unless they're trading, it's not trading pieces away because they have to re-sign Bertuzzi. So it's not like that. Like, my thought originally is there's been rumored that Krug's on the move, and obviously Boston and Krug, once we're together. So maybe that could be a reason why they'd be coming back. But like, I don't know. I'm not sure why we're doing this. I don't know. Let's move this thing out of here. Be sure to be on the lookout for this video coming very shortly, probably within the next day, probably or later today, if this video comes out at a regular scheduled time. But be sure, we're going to be hopefully celebrating here in a second a good trade. I don't think it's going to be a good trade, but at the same time, you never know. I have a hunch Don Sweeney just pulled off a miraculous trade, picked up Bedard, and Boston's going to the Stanley Cup Finals this year. Okay, that's my prediction. Do I really believe that? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Eh. I just really hope that they can figure this out relatively shortly because it's been 15 minutes since Friedman reported that Taylor Hall is going to Chicago. There's been nothing else since. Current time is 3:05. This is going to be nuts. Twitter does not refresh fast enough anymore, but at the same time, this is just a bonkers deal. Um, I just don't see where they're going with this. And I know I probably bias up a little bit here. Just look at me right now, what I'm wearing. But in my opinion, Taylor Hall is still worth a first overall or first round pick. I won't say first overall pick, but obviously he's got a high cap. But I don't know. I don't see what the plan is unless Chicago, well, they wouldn't be able to pull that off, or they do like a three-team trade. They trade away their first overall, drop down a few spots, pick up like two or three other first, and then trade those other first to Boston for Hall. It just doesn't make sense to me. And oh, here we go. What? Oh my God. Why? I can't even read this off. This he has value, and they just throw him away for nothing. I I I'm speechless. I keep waiting for this thing to change. I just assume Frank Saravelli is not a credible source, and I hope he isn't right now. But if this is actually the trade, what a joke. Like they couldn't get anything back for value. Not like a pick, not like just two RFAs. Oh my God, that is it. Drager confirmed. Oh my God. Why? So they're not even rebuilding, so they got nothing back. What's next? Are they gonna they better do something. Why? Why? Sweeney, what is wrong with you? Well, I don't know who looks like the bigger idiot now. Me for actually believing that Taylor Hall would lead to a first overall pick, or Don Sweeney for making this deal. There's, I don't even know where they go with this. This is just frankly abysmal. I hope they make them. They they better make a move at the deadline or at the draft, or else, like honestly, what are they doing? Why? What was the point of that entire thing? I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless for that. There's 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 got to be something else coming because if you're telling me that, oh my God, like yeah, I don't even know because they need that cap space to go sign Bertuzzi. So like unless they got rid of Foligno too, so that frees up another spot. They're losing two centers. They just traded away a winger. I don't know. I just I don't think that was the move to make. They have no picks either, which I think is part of the problem. But at the same time, I don't I don't agree with that. I think that's a terrible trade. Frankly, I do. Um, I just don't see the point, I'm going to assume that there's going to be another deal shortly. I have to think there's another deal shortly for the Bruins, or maybe a signing. Maybe Bertuzzi gets signed in the next hour. Because if he doesn't, it's going to make for a messy trade review, which will be up in an hour ish, hour and a half. Why? What are we doing? Better than this. And then someone has Buffalo won the Taylor Hall deal. It really looks like that right now. I'm speechless. Like I get the point. It's just I think they could have got a lot more for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall's still a good player. He hasn't fallen off that much. Sure, he's fallen off from his really good years in his early career, but he's still pretty good. And he's played well with the Bruins. But you know what? I'm really hoping something else comes in the next hour and a half, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna get laughed at in the comments. And if you liked it, just thanks for watching. I think I have to say that, but I'm sorry you had to witness my hopes and dreams get crushed. I had such high hopes. I honestly did think Taylor Hall was coming to the Bruins for a first overall pick. I don't know. I was thinking Taylor Hall. Maybe they'll throw in like Lindholm or something weird and just called it a Bedard first, and then picked up Krug. And I guess that's why I'm not the GM of the Boston Bruins. It's too bad. No, we never made this deal. We'll see what else is coming. I'm gonna have to assume. I have to assume something else is coming. I think that's the silver lining. Pick up this, which got thrown pretty hard. But with that, I mean, I'm just speechless. And if you have thoughts, let me know. The trade review will be up in about 2 hours. But with that, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Sorry you had to witness that. If you liked it, drop a like. If you liked it, consider subscribing. Tell all your friends and be on the lookout for our live stream coming up for the NHL Entry Draft. We'll start at 7 o'clock, so be sure to be here, be square. But with that, thanks for watching. And until next time, see ya.